Right, with us we have Sybrand de Beer, the CEO of Namibian Rugby. Now, Sybrand, we've just had a very successful Tri-Nations Windhoek Draught competition that Namibia won against Zimbabwe and Kenya. Just tell us about the feedback that you got from those countries.
No, the feedback from Zimbabwe and Kenya was absolutely fantastic. They were very happy with the way that they were hosted. The accommodation was fantastic. The food and the meals, always important to a sportsman, they were very happy with. And then the conditions of the playing field and the facilities around the stadium, they were very happy with. The transport supplied to them was excellent. And they basically said to us that we've set a standard that they need to adhere to in African rugby.
Right, now I understand that this is also, you started talking to these nations and there's a plan now in place to put a four nations competition there in the near future. Just tell us about that.
Yes, we are very interested in expanding this tournament between the three nations that were here, and then also adding Uganda, making it a four nations tournament. We already had talks with Kenya and Zimbabwe, and the fact that we need to expose our players a lot more to play more tests. A tournament like this will help to increase the numbers of tests that we play from 2 tests in the series to 6, because we play a home and away series. That will really give us consistent competition between the 4 countries, which are the top 4 countries in Africa, with Madagascar also one of the top countries. So I think that will really give us that exposure, also developing your local talent, because we will not be able to play all these matches with your professional players. So it gives that inspiration to the local guys that are just outside of the test group to also get some local African tests. From that, one can then expand into selecting an African all-stars team, and from these 4 unions, which will then give you a very strong team to compete against other international unions that are playing in the tier 10, tier 1, which are the top 10 countries in the world, which will give a lot of needed experience and exposure to the players in that team.
Right, and finally your thoughts on the Tri-Nations and Namibia's performance compared to the other teams?
Well, I think in both cases against Zimbabwe, let's take that one first, we started very slowly, but we must remember that all the teams want to beat Namibia, so they are coming with all guns firing in the first half. And we were able to absorb the pressure that they've put to us, and they've built up a lead. We were able to eradicate the lead, and then in the second half really take control of the match. I think if I compare our team to Zimbabwe, they've got a very skillful team, very good team. I think we were maybe a little bit better conditioned than they were, and we were able to hold our structures, which gave us the end result of winning that team. If we look at Kenya, they are playing a different type of game than what Zimbabwe played. They are using a lot of their skills, and the backline players with the speed and the 7 skills that they have to get behind our players with kicks and grubbers and chip kicks, and that really turned us around, and then they are very dangerous on the counter attack. But I think once again we absorbed the pressure, we really stuck to our structures, and the consistency of that gave us the end result where we've been able then to run in some tries and beat them.
Right, and then next year, of course, the very important final qualifiers for the World Cup in Madagascar against these teams and Madagascar. So how do you think Namibia will do that?
Well, one thing that we must not do is to underestimate these teams. The fact that we've won them now is not the end result. They will also improve. They have identified their weaknesses as well, so they will improve. Zimbabwe just appointed a new technical director, which will do a lot of good work with them in the next few years. Kenya will in the next few months. Kenya will improve. Madagascar will improve as well. So we really need to make sure that we identify our weaknesses, identify our strengths, work on both of that to improve, and then make sure that we play the right type of game against these people in Madagascar, and then just make sure that we control the game and play our patterns.